Prabhuji, we are live. Making
Hare
the
Krishna, Madam.
yeah, Hare.
Sure.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to our ninth day in this 18-day course. 50% of the journey has been completed now. Okay. So, congratulations to you all for making it through, well, 9 days. Okay, let's begin without any further ado. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sudevi Pranamami Hare Priya Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्य श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to our ninth day, and today in chapter 9, Krishna talks about Rajaguhya Yoga, or the most confidential knowledge. Okay, and before we jump into Rajaguhya Yoga, what did we learn from yesterday's chapter, chapter 8? Hare Krishna. Whatever you remember. Nobody remembers anything from yesterday's chapter. Demolish false ego. Okay. What was the main message in yesterday's chapter?
So I can tell Prabhuji. So before
Go ahead,
dying,
Prabhu.
we should remember about Krishna. Otherwise,
Yes.
if you remember anything other than Krishna, so that will be the one they will rebirth. For example, one story which we mentioned, he was thinking about deer, and in next rebirth he become deer. So we should remember. And also we mentioned about we will completely dissolve as a devotional service to Krishna in all the sense, in work, thought, everything. So that's how we should dissolve him.
That's
And
how
also,
devoted we should be. Yes. Yes.
yeah, and also he was Arjuna was asking about 8 question about Atma, Paramatma, and different question he was asking, clarifying. So where our soul reside, who is Parabrahma, and how is material manifestation, how it's related. So those questions he clarified as well.
Perfect, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, yes, yeah, the Goloka chat. I thought somebody would come up with that, but nobody thought of it. Thank you, Mataji Prabhuji, in the chat box. So, moving on. Okay. Yesterday we learned that Krishna is the ultimate. Okay, Krishna is the ultimate. Krishna is the avatari, and from Krishna everything emanates. So today we'll dive more deeper into that topic, and we'll see what Krishna has to explain to us here. First verse, Krishna says, "My dear Arjuna, because you're never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most secret wisdom, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence." Look, just by knowing about Krishna, we discussed this even in yesterday's chapter, just by merely knowing about Krishna, you'll be relieved from this whole cycle of birth and death. Yeah. Hare Krishna, a very, very important verse. Who wants to try reciting this verse? Please give it a try. Okay, it's all about our purification. It doesn't have to be in tune, it doesn't have to be anything. As long as you give it an attempt, It's going to be great.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratakshavagam Dhamyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. So, what does Krishna say? Raja Vidya Rajagayam. This knowledge is the king of education. It's Raja Vidya, okay? And the most secret of all secrets, Rajaguhyam. It's the most secret of all secrets. Okay, it is the purest knowledge. Pavitram idam uttamam. Okay, it's pavitram. Okay, and it's uttamam. And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. What does Krishna mean by this? Okay, direct perception of the self, because you understand who you actually are. Once you understand, and see, why is Krishna saying a direct perception of the self by realization? Because you understand who you actually are, what your actual position is, that we are not the body, that we are the soul, and we are all eternal servitors of Krishna, and we are all part and parcels of the Lord. Okay, because when you realize that, everlasting, see, it is the perfection of religion, because that is the way of life. It is the perfect way of life. And that's why it is everlasting, because you know that this is something that never changes, whatever happens, okay? Whether you accept it, you don't accept it, it is going to stay the same. And that's why when people accept it and they understand it, it is everlasting and it is joyfully performed, because you're not bothered by anything else. Those who are not, now Krishna continues to say, those who are not faithful on the path of devotional service cannot attain me. See, whatever it is, you have to be completely dedicated, okay? If you're not dedicated enough, then it's not possible. So, he says, the who are not faithful, O conqueror of foes, but return to this death in the material world, birth and death. See, people who are not faithful in the path of devotional service, they will come back to this material world. People who are, who doubt Krishna, who say, I cannot do this does not make sense, to all these kind of people, okay? They will definitely come back. Why? Because Krishna is giving you proof. You still don't want to believe Krishna. It's up to you. And then Krishna never forces anybody to do anything, okay? Anything that happens to us is because, well, we are the reason for it, because Krishna gives us a choice, okay? He gives us an easy way out, and still we choose to go down the tougher path. Then what can he say? By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. What do you think this means? By me in my unmanifested form, okay, the entire universe is pervaded. Krishna is the energy source, the life source for the entire universe. But then what does he mean by all beings are in me, but I am not in them? Krishna just told us that he is the Paramatma and he's present in every single soul, every single living entity. What does he mean by saying all beings are in me, but I am not in them? What do you think he means by that?
Krishna is independent and we are dependent on him.
Very nice answer. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else?
Prabhuji,
Any other
Hare
answers?
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna is the Supreme Personality and we are just a small parts of Krishna who have come in the earth to neutralize the karma or do our activities of devotion.
Perfect. Yes. Yes, both of your answers are right. Absolutely perfect. Anybody else? Anybody else wants to try any other answers? Come on, you don't have to be right, okay? It's when we try to think. Yeah. Go ahead, Mataji.
Is it like a fish in the ocean, but ocean is not in the fish?
Ah, very nice. Yes, a nice analogy, nice explanation. So, see, all the three answers till now that we heard, they're all perfect. Okay, but what does Krishna mean by this? He says that, see, if he is the reason for this entire universe, okay, to be created, and what did we see yesterday in the Goloka chart? Every single universe emanates from the body of Karnodaksha Vishnu. So, we are all inside Krishna. But what does Krishna mean by I am not in them? When some people say that if Paramatma is present inside, then Paramatma is the cause for all my misdeeds and all my wrong activities. That's what Krishna is saying. He's saying, see, you are all in me, but I am not in you. When you do all kinds of nonsensical activities and you say, oh, God is in me, so God is the cause. No, that's why Krishna says, but I am not in them. That's what he means by that. Okay. And like Mataji explained, very good example. The fish is in the ocean, but you can't say the ocean is in the fish. So similarly, we are like the fishes, okay, in this vast material ocean. And we are all in the ocean, and Krishna is the ocean. You can't say the ocean is in the fish. So, moving on. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold, my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, still myself is the source of creation. Okay. Moving on, as the mighty wind blowing everywhere always rests in ethereal space, know that in the same manner all beings rest in me. Okay, I'm sorry. This is, and yet everything that is created does rest in me. It's not does not rest in me, it does rest in me. The whole cosmic order is under me. See, Krishna is giving more and more evidence on his true nature, on who he actually is. Okay, by my will, it is manifested again and again, and by my will, it is annihilated at the end. So, oh Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached, seated as the neutral. See, the perfect example for this is there's a judge in the court, correct? And the judge passes judgments, okay, convicting certain criminals, acquitting certain innocent people, but that does not bind him, okay? It does not bind him. If he convicts a criminal, he gives a death penalty to a criminal, it does not bind him. Why? Because he's just acting, okay, as the medium. That's it. So Krishna similarly he's not binded. Yes, he's created everything, but if he was also bound, he was also bound by all of this material life, karma and everything, how can he call himself the creator? How can he call himself, how can he call himself God? God is supposed to be the controller of all this. And that's why Krishna says, I am ever detached, seated as the neutral, I'm never bound by anything. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse?
Prabhuji, I didn't understand. Could you please repeat previous one once again?
Well, Prabhu, Krishna says that, see, he has done you didn't understand the example or you didn't understand the verse?
This verse, this one.
Yeah, okay. So, all this work cannot bind me. Now, what is Krishna doing? He's standing on the battlefield as a charioteer for Arjuna, okay, and he's telling Arjuna what to do, what not to do. See, us, when we have general conversations and when we do something, our activities, if they don't revolve around Krishna, then they're karmic activities and they're binding. But on that battlefield, whatever Krishna was doing and telling Arjuna was not going to bind either Krishna or Arjuna. Why? Because Krishna cannot be bound by any activities because he is the one who's created all of this, okay? And the creator is not bound by any of these rules. And Arjuna, why is Arjuna not bound? Because he's acting on the instructions of the Lord. When you're acting on direct instructions of the Lord, you're doing things as per Krishna's will. If you're doing things as per Krishna's will, then you will not be bound because that becomes a devotional service. Is it clear, Prabhu?
Got it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Who wants to try reciting this verse?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृते सूयते सचराचरं हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So this material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. What is this verse? What do you think this verse means? Give me your own understanding of what you think this verse means. think, and give an answer, because only when we think and when we answer, only then, we understand better. What do you think this verse means? Material nature is working under my direction and it is producing all moving and unmoving. But by its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. What does this verse mean? You don't have to be right. Okay, no, nobody is judging you for what you say or what you do. You just have to try to give an answer. That's it. As long as you try, you'll start to understand. There are no right or wrong answers.
Things that we are desiring for in this material world, it is also ruled or channelized by Lord Krishna only. And by that, we are being trapped in a what we can so-called ongoing, never-ending world, something like that.
Beautiful, Mataji. Wonderful answer. Yes. So, what does Krishna mean by saying by its rule? See, this first part of it is very clear, okay, because what is Krishna saying? Material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Means what? Krishna has created this material world in such a way, okay, that he's set a framework, okay, he set a framework and these guidelines and certain set of guidelines which makes the universe run in motion. Okay, yes, Krishna is the controller, okay, but Krishna is not going to sit and meddle with each and everything every single time. You have automation these days, correct? We have assembly line manufacturing systems where what happens in them? Okay, back in the day people used to go and they used to manually assemble machines, but now it just goes through the assembly line and everything is manufactured and you get a finished product. So if and so similarly, okay, Lord Krishna has made this entire universe, he's made it run automatically. How? Based on our karmas, our activities, things around us happen. So Krishna does not come and personally interfere every single time and say, oh, this is this is that. Unless, of course, okay, as we will see going further, you are a pure devotee of the Lord. He will create situations for you after that. Yes, Haribol Mataji. All things materialistic is also created and destroyed by Krishna. Yes, to help us evolve. Yes, because when creation and destruction happens, detachment also comes. Yeah, another very, very important verse. Who wants to try reciting this verse? Hare Krishna. Go ahead, Aishwarya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam.
Ram Swasti, go ahead.
अवजानान्ति मां मूढा मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं परं भावम् अजानन्तो मम भूतमहेश्वरम्.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much. Fools deride me. Look, Krishna is being very, very clear. What does he say? Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. Look, he's saying only foolish people don't understand Krishna. Just because he came in the two-handed form, people didn't understand who Krishna was. Okay, Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, Karna, all of these people thought Krishna was a normal person. Why? But Krishna was never a normal person. Krishna is not. That's what he says. Only Mudas think, okay, that I am normal when I come, and they don't know that I am the Supreme Lord and I am the controller of everything. Demigods themselves were confused. They themselves didn't realize who Krishna was. Okay, Brahma, Indra, okay, Brahma, Vimohana, Leela, and then all of those things that we have, So, and Indra flooding Vrindavan when, Lord Krishna said, worship Govardhan. So this is what, even when demigods fail to understand, what about normal humans like us? So you can't, so you don't have to be angry at anybody or anyone for not understanding who Krishna is, because Krishna himself says that it's not very easy to understand him. Okay, Krishna is not cheap. Cheap. Krishna, if anything in this material world is expensive, you think of some 24-karat diamond that's very expensive. Krishna is more valuable and more precious than that, and not everybody has access to Krishna. At least if you have money, you'll have access to a diamond, but whatever amount of money you have, you cannot purchase Krishna. Krishna can only be brought, and he can only be bought through love and devotion. That's it. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Go ahead, Ashwara Mataji.
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः राक्षसीम् आसुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रितः.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. See, what is Krishna talking about? People who deride Krishna, okay? There's a set of people who don't want to believe Krishna, okay? That is different. There are other groups of people, okay, who belittle Krishna, okay, and they don't understand the importance of Krishna, and they insult Krishna. These kind of people, what is Krishna saying? He's saying these kind of people, because of their constant insult and their constant, their mood and the way they speak and the way they act, all of their hopes for future, progress, future liberation, their hopes for liberation, it does not, it's not that they're completely gone, but whatever nearby things that they have, they're all defeated. Okay, why? Because whatever you would have accumulated as punya so far, you're losing it as sin. Okay, by you're neutralizing it by accumulating sin. Again, your own karma. Krishna is not interfering. Don't say, oh, so you don't believe Krishna. Krishna punishes you. Krishna never does that. Okay, Krishna is still out of all this. You are doing what you accumulated punya by doing certain set of good activities. Now, you're demeaning God, you're defaming his devotees, and you're doing all of this. You'll attain sin for that. So all your punya gets burnt and your papa punya gets neutralized. Simple. Okay, so don't think Krishna is doing it. It's again us, our activities. We are responsible for it. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Go ahead, Ashwara Mataji. Hare Krishna.
महात्मानास्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिम् आश्रितः भजन्ति अनन्या मनसो ज्ञात्वा भूतादिम् अव्ययम्.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls are under the protection of divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. What does Krishna mean by that? These people who have true knowledge, okay? Okay. He says, look at the word he says. These great souls are under the protection of the divine nature. Who is this divine nature? It is Krishna. Okay, they are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So see, if you understand who Krishna really is, okay, nobody can understand Krishna completely, okay, but if you at least know who Krishna is, Krishna starts protecting you. Krishna is there for you. Krishna will be there for you even when nobody is around. Why? Because he's Paramatma, he's present, he's already present within us. Okay, when you start realizing that love you have for Krishna, Krishna will always show you where. See, Krishna is the closest to us. Okay, why? Because he's inside as Paramatma. Nobody can be more closer to us than Krishna. It's absolutely impossible. Another very important verse, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, one
Yes,
question.
Prabhuji? Yeah. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Prabhuji. So when we say devotional service, we'll be completely dissolved into Krishna in all the aspects. But when we look into karmic yoga, let's say if husband and wife or father and mother, so when you put 100%, that means you are loving them, which leads to attachment, right? Which will again bound to material world, right?
That is the mistake that we all end up making, Prabhu. Your family members, your closed ones, okay, your loved ones, be affectionate. Don't be attached to anybody or anything. Attachment is wrong. Okay, to anybody or anything. Be affectionate, be kind, be loving. Always give them what they want. Always give them what they ask for. Okay, you're not supposed to ignore your family members. That is wrong. But don't be attached. The difference between attachment and affection is actually a very, very fine line. Okay, and that really fine line is what most of us fail to understand. Attachment is when, okay, when you can't you can't survive without something. Okay, you don't even want to spend another second. But affection is no matter whether you have it or you don't have it. Okay. Okay. Now, for example, you have something. Okay, and then you lose it. Let's the best example. Okay, let's take an example of probably two young lovers. Okay, and one and the other one gets married and goes away. Attachment is when one of them, okay, tries to go and get the other one, come what may, whatever the circumstances are, tries to go against anybody and everything, and breaks laws, does all kinds of things, and then if the other person doesn't accept, you go as far as killing that person. Okay, see,
Correct.
that is attachment. Affection is when you readily let that person go and you say, you know what, as long as you're happy, I'm happy for you, and you move on with life. That is affection. Okay,
Got
attachment
it.
is when you're bounded. Affection is when you wish good for them, even if they're with you or they're not with you. Whether it may be a living thing, non-living thing, whatever it is. I hope that cleared your doubt, Prabhu.
But Prabhuji, one quick question as well. So then
Mhm.
let's say example of father and mother and husband
Correct.
and wife.
Okay.
So in that case, how that attachment and affection will be differentiated?
Attachment and affection will be differentiated. Probably I myself am a son. Okay. So I know how attached my parents are to me. They might say no,
Correct.
but I know how attached they are. Okay, as parents, how
Correct.
attached they are to their children. But what you're supposed to understand is that, yes, okay, it's not that easy. Attachment, especially from parents and children. Okay, parents and children, that relationship, attachment, letting go is not that easy. Okay, you don't have to let go. Okay, there's no need to let go. All
Mm.
that you have to do is just, well, I would say the perfect remedy for that is try to bring everybody into the same line as you are in. Okay, try to make everybody spiritually progress, try to make everybody Krishna conscious, and automatically, when Krishna becomes the center of your world, no, everything will automatically start happening on its own. Okay, that way you'll gain sufficient knowledge. Okay, because right now, whatever we say, whatever we do, okay, it will never suffice, it will not make any sense. So if any of that, whatever we are learning, whatever we are talking about right now, it will
Mm.
only make sense when we start practicing it. And how do
Practicing
we
it. Correct.
practice it? When we put all our effort and all of us collectively do it as a family, that's when you start reaping the results.
Got it. Yeah. But in the case of Guru, will be affection or
Guru is
attachment?
affectionate towards the disciple, Prabhu. Krishna
Okay.
was affectionate towards Arjuna. He wasn't attached to Arjuna.
Okay.
Yeah?
Got it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
I have a similar question. Like you said,
Mhm.
letting go is the most difficult thing.
Mhm.
So like even if we are getting hurt and we are getting very, very hurt in any relationship, whether it's father, it's mother, or any person.
Mhm.
So how to let go? Like because even we are getting hurt, then still our our heart doesn't want to let go, like we are still connected to that person, so much emotionally connected, so it's like very difficult.
Mhm. Yes, absolutely. It is the most difficult situation to ever be in, especially. And one thing that we are always supposed to understand, Matajis and Prabhujis, is that pain, okay, always remember, pain is something that always comes from loved ones. Okay, if it is a stranger, you will never be that hurt. All that will do to you, it will make you angry and you'll forget about that stranger. Why? Because there was never any bond between you and that stranger. And pain always comes from loved ones. Okay. And yes, to some point, we're supposed to, it is okay to endure it, but when things go out of hand, you should let the other person know. Okay, you don't have to shout, you don't have to scream. Okay, you need to be calm, and you can just let the other person know, and you can tell them that whatever their behavior or whatever that they're doing is not right, and this is not how you're supposed to go about it. If they still choose to, if they still fail to understand, okay, you can always distance yourself from people. I know it's not easy, but when things like that happen, concentrate more on Krishna than you would concentrate on anybody or anything. Okay, you don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to disappear. You don't have to do anything. Concentrate on Krishna, and he will make things better. If you don't want to, move away, or if you're comfortable moving away from a toxic environment, it's always fine. But always, we should always first try. Okay, there should always be some endeavor to try and change. Okay, the other person as well, or try and give them a chance also to change. It's not that you see something slightest of inconvenience and you're like, oh, I don't like this, I'm going to run away. No, that should never be the case. Okay, especially when it comes to parents. Yes, they might say things that that are not very nice, and sometimes they might say things that are really harsh or really troublesome, or something that's not very nice. But usually 99.99% of the times they say things that are usually for our own good. Okay, maybe we won't be able to understand it, or maybe they didn't know how to put it. Maybe their way of expression. Always when somebody says something to you, put yourself in their shoes and see what would you do if you were in their place. Okay, and maybe sometimes, okay, their way of expressing is not always right. Okay, everybody is not great at expressing emotions. Some of them don't know how to express grief or anger, and they express grief as anger, and sometimes the way they say it might hurt us. Okay, so parents might say things that hurt us, but remember, but usually whatever they say is usually for our own good. And they might be saying it in a way that is not very nice, but it's fine. Okay, you talk to them, you try to speak to them, and you try to let them know that this is not how you're supposed to speak. It's not fine, it's not correct, and they'll probably understand, because end of the day, they're our parents. They love us more than anybody. Of course, Krishna loves us the most. Okay, but after Krishna, if there's anybody who actually wants good for us without anything in return, it's always our parents.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I have witnessed a very similar situation recently only. I've tried everything, my best possible efforts to save that, but every time I got really very hurt. I lost my dignity, my self-respect, my everything. But still, the other person doesn't understand and turn around the situation on me. I have decided 15 days ago, I decided to let go. But I still have a guilt in me that I have let go that person without any closure or without anything, not even a goodbye. And it still hurts me that I have heard that person, he might be thinking of me, and yeah. So there's a guilt in me.
I get it, Mataji. We'll come back to this. Okay, we'll come back to this, because let's get done with class, and we'll go off live, and then we can discuss about this in detail. Okay, Mataji? I'm so sorry to
Okay,
interrupt you.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Next, they're fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So this is what Krishna has to say about the Mahatmas. Okay. Who are Mahatmas? People who understand that Krishna is the ultimate and there is nobody else who's more powerful than Krishna. And yeah, Aishwarya Mataji, I guess you recited this verse and I went back. I'm so sorry. So yeah, always chanting my glories. Yes, Mataji, if you can recite the verse again because of that long gap in between.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Satatam
Mataji.
kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavritam namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. What is Krishna saying about great souls? Great souls always worship him with devotion. How? They bow down before the Lord. Why bow down before anybody or anything else? Bow down before Krishna. Okay? And with great determination, whatever the situation is, never stop devotional service. Okay? Never ever stop devotional service, because the kind of results it reaps are just magnificent. Yeah. Hare Krishna, who wants to recite this verse?
I will do it. Pitaham asya jagato mata data pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara rak sama yajur eva ka.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. So look, Krishna is giving us further and further proof. I am the father of this universe. Pitaham asya jagato. Pitaham, I am. Pitaham, aham pita. He's saying, I am the father, the mother, the support and the grandsire. Mata, data, pitamaha. Okay? And the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge. Vedyam pavitram omkara rik sama yajur evacha. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier in the syllable om, omkara. I am also the Rig Veda, the Sama Veda, and the Yajur Veda. Krishna is saying, I am also the Vedas. I am everything. Know me, and you know everything else. What did Krishna say in yesterday's chapter? A person who takes to devotional service is not bereft of the results of performing charity, of performing sacrifices, of doing fruitive activities, nothing. Everything else is also covered just by doing devotional service to Krishna. You want to become a scholar in the Vedas? Become a devotee of Krishna, and Krishna will give you knowledge about the Vedas because he is the Vedas. Through the Vedas, you're supposed to know Krishna, and people fail to do that. Okay, and then Krishna says, I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. Further and further, he's giving us more and more evidence saying, look, this is what I am. And still people choose not to believe. He's again and again, he's stressing on the same fact over and over again, and still people choose not to believe. Then it's their loss, isn't it? Oh Arjuna, I control heat, the rain and drought. I am immortality. I am also death personified. Both being and non-being are in me. Everything, whether this environment around us, okay, whether souls, whatever you can think of, everything finally goes into Krishna. Everything has emanated from Krishna, so everything is in Krishna. Krishna is the Father, the Creator. And what did he say in the previous verse? I am the Father, the Creator, the Mother, the Grandsire, everything. I am everything. And people still don't want to believe who Krishna is. Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice seeking the heavenly planets worship me indirectly. They take birth on the planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. See, this is about people who want to, who do punya, and they still have a desire, to be famous or to do something like this, something like that, and they want to enjoy more. Okay, people who generally want to enjoy more end up going to the heavenly planets. And what happens after that also? See, what did Krishna say about the entire planetary system that we saw yesterday? 14 planets in the material universe. Okay, what did he say about them? When they have thus enjoyed heavenly sense pleasure, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, through the Vedic principles, they achieve only flickering happiness. They follow the Vedic principles, they get elevated to the higher planets, and then what happens? They're all planets of repeated birth and death, albeit your lifespan might be longer, but you will again have to come down. Birth, death, old age, disease. Birth, death, old age, disease. Constant, you're stuck. As long as you're in this material universe, you're stuck within those two.
Prabhuji, I want to ask something like if we are doing chanting or something like that, like in my POV, it is like that it is the right thing to do. Or to know Krishna or something. But I have this thing like this is the right thing. It is also a type of desire or something like that.
No, that exactly that is what, Mataji. See, when you start chanting the names of Lord Krishna and you start performing devotional service to Krishna, what happens is that it is not something. Okay, what does Krishna say? I am above this entire material realm. Okay, the desire to be closer to Krishna is something spiritual. You cannot mix it with these materialistic goals. Why? Because Krishna is above this material universe. He's not material, he's spiritual, and he is the creator. So, and Krishna, God, when you want to attach yourself to Krishna, it is not something material. It will never be something material. If you have a desire to be more and more Krishna conscious, that desire is always spiritual. It is never material. And that is not going to bind you. That will only take you closer and closer to Krishna. Hope I answered your question, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, could you please repeat what is Soma juice? Am I audible? I
What
think Prabhuji,
you
you're on
say,
mute.
Prabhuji?
I'm so sorry, Hare Krishna. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah, I guess that was a small network drop from my end. I'm so sorry. It came back. Yeah. So, who wants to recite this verse? Hare Krishna.
अनन्यचिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Those who worship me with devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Yogakshemam vahamiham. Where have we heard this? Very, very famous tagline. Yogakshemam vahamiham. A very famous Indian company that uses this tagline and has never
LIC.
given credit. Yes, Haribol Mataji, Chitra Mataji, thank you so much. Life Insurance Corporation of India. Where do you think they got Yogakshemam Vahamyam? Do they preserve what they have? Do they preserve what we have? They don't preserve what we have. They are there to make money. They're here for business. Okay, Krishna is Yogakshemam Vahamyam. See, when you worship Krishna with devotion, for example, some of us might, let's say, some of us have very stressful jobs, okay, and you're not able to concentrate. You're not able to give so much time for Krishna consciousness, but you're still endeavoring to do that. So what happens? This verse, okay, look at this verse. This is what Krishna does, and you're doing it with complete. That endeavor is with complete devotion. What do you think Krishna does? He gives you the time that you need for your devotional service. How? Maybe, okay, some people might think how Krishna does it is that something, probably your work, okay, you probably have some office work that usually takes you around half an hour, probably takes you 1 hour to do that particular thing, okay. But when they say Krishna expands time, this is what they mean. Something that usually takes you 1 hour or somebody else 1 hour, Krishna will make sure that you get it done within 15 minutes. So that way you get done with things quickly and you get time to do what you always wanted to do. So whatever you lack, Krishna will give, and whatever you have, Krishna will always preserve. Material, spiritual, whatever it is, as long as you're devoted to Krishna, if you don't have something, Krishna will give it to you, and if you don't, and if you have something, Krishna will preserve it for you. You don't have to endeavor to do anything else other than be devoted to Krishna. Moving on. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Yes, Ashwara Mataji, please go ahead.
ये अपि अन्यदेवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्वितः ते अपि माम् एव कौन्तेय यजन्ति अविधिपूर्वकम्.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So whatever a man may sacrifice to the other gods, the son of Kunti, is really meant for me alone, but is offered without true understanding. See, people, they go, they pray to the sun, saying, oh, if I, give water to the sun every day, I'll have good eyesight and all of that. Yes, according to the Vedic principles, it's not wrong. But do this for Krishna instead. Just be a devotee of Krishna. Krishna will take care of your eyesight. Krishna will take care of your taste buds. Krishna will take care of everything. He will. What does Krishna mean by saying, I will take care of everything? Okay, it's not that you're like, oh, I don't have to do anything. I'll just sit there and I'll be lazy and Krishna will do everything. No. There's always, this is what all the teachers, all the acharyas, all the spiritual masters have always told. They said, our endeavor, His mercy. We need to show Krishna, no, that we are actually worthy and that we actually want something. Little bit if we do, Krishna will reciprocate. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
यान्ति देवा व्रता देवान् पितॄन् यान्ति पितृव्रताः भूतानि यान्ति भूतेज्या यान्ति मद्याजिनो अपि माम्.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you so much. So those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Those who worship ancestors go into the Pitraloka, or planet of the ancestors. Okay, and those who worship me will live with me. Krishna does not differentiate. He does not punish you. Krishna, when we say that Krishna does not, he doesn't do anything. Okay, he doesn't directly involve and say, oh, you're not worshiping me, I'm going to punish you. No. Okay, it's not like that. Krishna does not do that. Okay, you're not going to worship him. He's saying, okay, whoever you want to worship, you go live with them. No problem. I'm not going to obstruct you. Another very, very beautiful verse. Okay, who wants to try reciting this verse? Hare Krishna. Go ahead, Aishwarya Mataji.
पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदाहं भक्ति उपहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So look at what Krishna says. Okay, if one offers me with love and devotion a flower, okay, patram, leaf, okay, leaf, flower, fruit, or water, I will accept. Okay, leaf, flower, fruit, or water, anything, all that it has to be. See, Krishna only looks at the bhava. He does not look at the size. Somebody might say, oh, I don't have the money like the Ambanis to do so much of charity. I can't do these elaborate pujas like they do. You don't have to. You need to have the bhav. You need to have the mood. That's it. Krishna only looks for that. You can offer Krishna a flower. He's going to look at whether you did it with love or not. Okay? And Krishna is not short of anything. Krishna, it's not that Krishna needs something from us. Okay? How many devotees? How many gopis? How many gopa boys? Okay? How many friends? How many servants? Okay, how many demigods? How many people are there who want to worship Krishna 24/7, who want to give him whatever he wants all the time? He doesn't need anything from us. He's the creator of the universe. No amount of gold, no amount of anything that we give to Krishna is something that, something that Krishna does not have. Krishna always has everything. He always has more than what we can ever think of, because he's the one who's given that to us. Okay, we are just custodians. Okay, everything belongs to Krishna. We're just custodians of whatever it is, wealth, wealth, food, shelter, whatever it is. We are just custodians. It finally, always, eternally belongs to Krishna. So, whatever you do for Krishna, whatever you give Krishna, it's all about giving it with love, with devotion. That is all Krishna looks for. He does not look for anything else. You don't have to do something extravagant. You don't have to show off. You don't have to do anything. Nothing. Leaf, you don't have anything, just water. No leaf also, no problem. Just water also is fine. But with devotion, that's all matters to Krishna. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Go ahead, Leena Mataji.
Yat karoshi yat dashnasi yat johoshi dadasi yat tat tat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So, O son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering unto me. What does Krishna mean by this? Say anything that you give, anything that you do, everything should be done as an offering unto me. You're like, how can I do this? How can what I eat be an offering to Krishna? How can what we eat be an offering to Krishna? Before you consume your food, we discussed this earlier. Give it as prasadam to Krishna. Offer it to Krishna first, and then you consume. Then whatever sin is associated with that food is also gone away. Okay, and then all that you offer and give away is charity. Don't go on giving, random people money on the roads, because if that money is utilized in a bad way, that karma is attached to you again. Because that's a long cycle. Karma is a very, 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 the cycle of karma is very intricate and it's very elaborate. Okay, It's actually kind of scary when you think of it sometimes. So instead of that, you actually want to give money, give it to a temple. Why give it to a temple? Because give it to a temple because what does a temple do with the money? They spend it on temple development. They spend it on they spend it on feeding poor people. Any temple anywhere in India you go to, they always feed. They always feed. Okay, so when you're giving away, give it away to the temple because they know how that money should be utilized, as well as austerities that you may perform. Okay, some people say, oh, I'm doing an autophage. That's become really popular these days. Autophage. I'm gonna go without water for for 1 day, for 2 days, and all of that. For 24 hours, people usually do 24 hours, 36 hours, and all of this. Why do all of that? Instead of that, every 15 days, Ekadashi comes. Every 15 days, fast for Krishna. It is good for your body also. Because Krishna has made Ekadashi every 15 days once because he's the one who's created our body. He knows how our body is supposed to perform. So knowing the limits, knowing the capability of our body, he's given us Ekadashi every 15 days. Fast for Ekadashi. Why do you want to do all of these nonsensical things? Fast for Ekadashi. Automatically see the kind of change it brings in your life. So anything that you do can always be done for Krishna. Every single thing. Yeah. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Yes, Aishwarya Mataji, please go ahead.
समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु न मे द्वेष्यो अस्ति न प्रियः ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चाप्यहम्.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. So I envy no one. See, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. I envy no one, nor am I partial. Okay, Samoham, nor am I partial to anyone. I'm equal to all. Okay, Name Dvesha Astina Priyaha. Okay, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. What does Krishna say? I mean by this, Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapraham. So what does Krishna mean by this? He says, now, for example, okay, let's just take a normal, general, human example. If you're close to somebody and you reciprocate with somebody, how? Now, if you're very close to somebody and the way you talk to them, okay, now you have your best friend and you have a normal acquaintance. To a normal acquaintance, you'll talk, and if they talk, you'll just talk and you'll be fine. But with your best friend, when you talk, you express. Both of you are expressing. Okay, and you're so close and you share everything. Why is that expression there? Because you're very close. And you're ready to do something for them. But a random acquaintance, you'll not be ready to do anything and everything for them. Similarly to Krishna as well. You reciprocate with Krishna. You talk to Krishna on a daily basis. Why won't he respond? Of course he will respond. That's why he's saying, whoever is a friend to me, I am also a friend to him. Otherwise, everybody is equal to me. I do not differentiate between people. Okay, but you will love. Okay, you will love your best friend more than other friends, correct? Similarly for Krishna as well. Yeah. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Okay, both of you can, Mataji. Aishwarya Mataji, you can go first, and Sadhana Mataji, you can go next.
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्य सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Sadhana Mataji, you want to go ahead?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Hare
अपि
Krishna.
चेतस्य दुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुर एव समन्तव्या सम्यग् व्यवस्थितो हि सः.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Even if one commits the most abominable actions, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. The perfect example for this, Parikshit Maharaj. Yes, Parikshit Maharaj threw a snake around around the sage's neck, but does that mean Parikshit Maharaj is a non-devotee? Does that mean that Parikshit Maharaj is a bad person? No. Parikshit Maharaj is still a pure devotee of the Lord. And that's why he was able to understand the Srimad Bhagavatam containing 17,000 verses in 7 days and 7 nights. And non-stop without any food and water. We can't do that. 18 days and 9 days are done and we still haven't even completed 9 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. So see, that is the mood of pure devotees, okay? Just because one mistake they make, okay, it does not mean that they are disgusting or they're wrong people. They are still properly situated. That's what Krishna is saying. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Go ahead, Ashwani Mataji.
क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace, as son of Kunti. Declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Name bhaktya pranashyati. My devotee never perishes. Prahlad Maharaj, perfect example. How much of hardship he was put through all his life. 5 years since he was born. Kind of hardship that he went through. Did anything ever affect Prahlad Maharaj? Nothing could even lay, the slightest of scratch on Prahlad Maharaj. Why? Because, what does Krishna say? My devotee never perishes. Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee of the Lord. So nobody touches the devotees. Whatever they tried, Krishna took an avatar. Lord Narasimhadev himself came and protected his devotees. When Krishna wants to protect his devotees, he can go to any extent to do so. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Go ahead, Leena Mataji.
मां हि पार्थ व्यापाश्रित्य येऽपि स्युपापयोनया स्त्रियो वैश्यास्तथा शूद्रा स्तेऽपि यान्ति परागतिम्.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So, what does Krishna say in this verse? He says, O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, as well as Shudras, can approach the supreme destination. Okay? Don't misunderstand this statement. Okay? Lower birth does not mean, Krishna is not saying that women are lower to men. When he says lower, he only means that the restrictions in a female body are much more than in a male body. Okay? A male can roam around freely at night, but it's not possible for a female to do so. That is what Krishna means by restrictions. That is what he means by lower birth. He means restrictions. He does not mean anything else. There's no other comparison. Krishna is not. If Krishna would have done that, then why would Krishna always call himself, Radha Madan Mohan? Why would he call himself Radha Krishna? And why would our deities in Mangalore also be called Radha Govinda? Okay? Krishna always puts his female first. He always puts Radha Rani first, okay? So don't misunderstand that statement. So anybody who approaches that, who goes to that extent of devotion, can go back to Krishna. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse? Go ahead, Ashwarya Mataji.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु माम् एवैष्यसि युक्तैवम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So what does Krishna say in the final verse? He says, engage your mind always in thinking of me, offer obeisances and worship me, being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. That's it. Focus on Krishna all the time. Keep him at the center of all your activities, and Krishna will not let you down, whatever happens. Okay? Anybody and everybody might leave you, but Krishna will not let you down. Whatever